Hey y'all, my name is Darlena, and as you already know, they call me Chula. Welcome to my channel, Hooked on Houseplants, where I invite you to get hooked on houseplants too. All right, y'all, as promised, I'm coming to you with a Hoya Collection tour. Yes, get excited because I know there's a lot of Hoya heads out there. I know a lot of you love you some Hoya. Okay, so run on and get your snacks, get whatever you got to get because it's going to kind of be a long one. Okay, y'all? Before I move anything, I want to show you where I keep my Hoya. I keep most of them, if not all of them, under or near a grow light. It is not a Barina. It is not a Soltec. It's an Amazon Tech, okay? Because I got it from Amazon. But the reason why I know that these grow lights are very effective is how my Hoya grow. And so I'll show you more of why I say that these more inexpensive lights can be almost just as good as the more expensive ones. So up here on this top shelf, this is where I keep some of my Hoya under this grow light. And then I'm gonna slowly pan around and take you over here to this top shelf where I keep another batch of Hoya under this grow light. And then right here, I have more Hoya under this light. And then up here at the top, you guessed it, more Hoya under that grow light up at the top. And then I have this one over here that benefits from this track light that has grow lights in it. And then if you all have seen my latest short, I have another Hoya hanging over here. This is the Hoya Chelsea under this track light. And then the last little group, I have them hanging right over here. And they really are not getting the amount of light that I would like them to have. So I might ask hubby if he can install another light over here so that these plants can get more light. All right, so now you know where I keep my Hoya. So we are going to get started with the tour. Okay, y'all, so y'all got y'all drinks, y'all got y'all snacks, y'all ready? All right, let's get started. I counted 28 Hoya. Yes, your girl has 28 Hoya. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm not gonna be going in any particular order. I'm just showing you what I have in a random sort of order, okay? All right, so we're gonna start off with the Hoya gracilis. I think at one time this was called the Hoya memoria. And if you've been watching me for a while, you already know I'm going to tear some names up. So I'm going to put all of the names on the screen, okay? Hoya memoria or gracilis. And I did not even purchase this Hoya, y'all. The seller that I got this from was kind enough to give this Hoya to me, and it only had, I think, those 3 leaves. 1, 2, and I think this one too. And it's cute. She cute. I mean, you know, it's not a Hoya that I probably would have picked out for myself, but I do like this Hoya. All right, Hoya gracilis. And as you will see, I think with the exception of the newer ones that I've just purchased, all of my Hoya are in self-watering pots, setups. Yes. As I show you my Hoya, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how I care for them in my environment. But that is one thing I want to tell you off the bat is the majority of them are in self-watering, or they will at some point be going into a self-watering setup. All right, Hoya number one. Okay, here the dogs go, y'all. All right, so next up is Hoya australis Lisa. I have had this Hoya before and it didn't make it, sadly. So I got another one because I really, really like this Hoya. I like the design on the leaves, and I like how they can sun stress into a beautiful rosy color. So this one so far is doing okay. You will also see that I'm kind of changing my substrate with some of my Hoya, the newer Hoya. But the ones that I've had for a little while, you will see that they are in a chunky substrate. You can see the big chunks of perlite, and so yeah. Hoya australis. Okay, so that's number two. Numero dos. All right, so next up, this is a newer Hoya as well. This is the Hoya crassipetiolata. Now, I really wanted the one with the heavy splashing. I really liked that one better, but I settled for this one because, of course, it's less expensive, but I do eventually want to purchase the splashy one. I really like these self-watering pots. I got these from Amazon. I like these because they're wide. I think this is a 6-inch, and I find that my Hoya can stay in them for quite a while because it has a lot of room to grow out. Okay, so this is number 3, crassipetiolata. Okay, next up is my Hoya. Why do I keep saying Hoya? Y'all know these all are Hoya. This is the, what is this? Oh, I can't remember the name. Is it Callistophylla? I believe this is the Callistophylla. I also had this one before as well, and it did not make it. I think I got, I mean, honestly, I think I got a bad cutting because it was a 2-leaf cutting. I'm not even gonna say where I got it from, but it didn't make it. So I got this one from an Etsy seller, and so far so good. This one is not in a really chunky substrate. I think I just have this one in Fox Farm potting mix. So these little things that you see on top are just a little bit of perlite, but you're also going to see mosquito bits. But yeah, this is just straight up Fox Farm, the Ocean Forest. And I really like this Hoya because I love the design on the leaves. Very nice looking Hoya. If you love Hoya and you're trying to grow your collection and you don't have this one, I recommend that you get it. I am also going to, well, as you can see, I have been inserting pictures of the flowers of the Hoya because it kind of seems like it's almost like half and half. It seems like half people like the foliage, and then the other half really like the flowers. They buy Hoya for their flowers. Now, me personally, I buy for the foliage because I only have one Hoya that has ever flowered for me, okay? And that's the Croniana Silver. But that's okay. To me, it's not a big deal. If it flowers, great. If it's not, that's fine too. I would like to see more of them flower, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not a big deal to me if they don't. Okay, so I don't know if you all remember this. Your girl cleaned it up. I washed it out because it was a mess. And so I have all of my, or most of my, the products that I use when I care for my plants. So when I water my Hoya, I always rinse them off. I always take them to the sink or to the tub and I rinse them off first. Okay, I try not to wet the top of the substrate too much, but I do wash the tops and bottoms of the leaves, and then I water them. And this water has, I'm going to show you what this water has in it, but as you can see at the bottom, it has mosquito bits, and that is supposed to help with the fungus gnats. Okay, so I think we pretty much know what mosquito bits look like. You can get them off Amazon. They don't cost that much. And so the water also has 2 drops of my tap water conditioner. It has a teaspoon of Miracle Grow fertilizer. I still have not restocked on my silica yet, but once I do, I will be purchasing this one, and I will be using 1 to 2 teaspoons because you don't have to use silica just for plants with variegation, because silica also has just general benefits for any plant. So I will be adding this once I repurchase. And I finally got my hands on some more Super Thrive. I really like Super Thrive, and Super Thrive can be used just about, this is what the bottle says, with just about any fertilizer or fertilizing routine that you already have. So I take that to mean that this can be used in conjunction with other fertilizers, which is usually how I use it. So in a gallon, I put like a dropper full to the 1 milliliter mark. I put a dropper full of Super Thrive in the gallon. And I also just started using this, y'all. I'm not gonna speak on it because I just started using it, but it's the Arbor Bioinsecticide, and it's supposed to prevent insect and mite buildup. So I have added this directly to the water. I added 2 teaspoons to the gallon, and you can also use this as a foliar spray. So if you have an active outbreak, or if you see some pests on the leaves, you can use this as a foliar spray. And you can also use this in your water to kill anything that shouldn't be in the potting mix. Dog, I can't talk. Okay, but like I said, I just started using this, so I don't know how effective it's gonna be. But what I do know is I'm trying to step up my game because, spring is coming. I do not want to have to deal with pests, okay? So that's why I'm trying to get my uh, artillery, so to speak, my plant artillery together so my plants can be nice and strong, and so they're able to combat any possible outbreaks. Okay, so that is what I use to water all of my Hoya and just about all of my house plants for that matter. There are some plants that I do not use silica on, and that is my begonia. I do not use silica to water my begonia. Okay. I also use this insecticidal soap. If I see, I usually use this for like spider mite issues. I haven't had a lot of spider mite issues, but behind me, my Jose Bueno, I just treated it for spider mites. So I do use this for spider mites. Okay. As far as my Hoya, they really haven't had any pests. I think with one or two, I did suspect some flat mite issues, but I treated those Hoya with sulfur, and it seemed to take care of whatever problem was going on. All right, so I knocked out lighting. You know where I keep them. You know how I water them. You know that they're all in self-watering pots for the most part. Okay, so next up is my Hoya elliptica. And the elliptica, I want to say that I've had this one about 4 months, and it is a prolific grower. When I purchased the plant, it was just maybe 3 or 4 leaves, and it just has really just been popping off with the new growth. And I think I'm gonna move this one because, see, this is how I know that my grow lights are effective. A lot of these leaves are actually have sun stressing on the bottoms of the leaves and on the top. And since these are thinner leaves, I don't know if that's a good thing for this plant. But yeah, you can see on the bottom of the leaves the sun stressing. And by the way, I am not hating on those who own Barina or Soltech lighting or any, I think one is called the Mother or something like that, the Father, I don't know. Because if you can afford those plants, that's fine. You know, you do what you want to do with your money. But for those of us who are on a tighter budget, you know, there are more budget friendly options that can do just as well as the more expensive lights. So that's all I'm saying. Okay. So Hoya elliptica. I forgot which number this is. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I have 28. I have 28 Hoya. So this is the elliptica. Okay. Said I was not going to take a long time, and I'm already running it. Okay. So now, this is one of my favorite. This one, y'all, is just so cute. I just love this Hoya. This is the Rotunda Flora. And I'm telling you, I had my eye on this Hoya for the longest. And it's just so unique. I just love, first of all, I just love the way, y'all, it's just so delightful. It feels so nice. I gotta stop myself from squeezing the leaves, but they're like so, I don't know, I can't even describe it. If you have this Hoya, you know what I'm talking about. But I love this one. It's been growing very nicely for me. Also in a self-watering setup. I got this cute little pot from the thrift store. So this is the Rotunda Flora. And let me know down in the comments as I go along, what are your favorite Hoyas? What are your wish list Hoyas? I'm going to talk about that towards the end because I do have some on my wish list. But yeah, this is one of my favorite. I just really, really like the shape of the leaves, and I like they even have like a little, like hair. It's like a fuzzy feeling on some of the leaves. Okay, this is also a newer Hoya. This is the Hoya Freckles. And since it's been in my care, it has given me these two leaves. I've only had this Hoya for about, I think almost 3 months. And so it came with these three leaves. And so these are the two newest leaves. I think it's called Freckles Splash. And you can see those roots. Y'all, my Hoya are kind of thirsty. Oh, that's what I want to talk to y'all about. My environment, as most of you already know, because I mention it a lot because I want to make that clear, is the majority of my houseplants are on my patio. So how the weather is outside can greatly affect the temperature and the humidity inside. To help mitigate that, as I've said before, this patio is winterized, okay? But I also use heaters. I use space heaters to keep it warm out here. I also use a humidifier. I have a humidifier that I've showed you all. And there's also a ceiling fan right above me that keeps the air circulating, which is very important. So in my setup, my Hoya tend to be on the thirstier side, which is why I have them in self-watering, because in the past, I kind of struggled with knowing exactly when to water my Hoya, especially when they were in a chunkier potting mix. So just let that be known that, you know, my environment is a little different because my houseplants are not kept inside of my house. I have a few inside, but most of them are out here on the patio. Okay, so Hoya Freckles Splash. And y'all, speaking of weather, why at 2 o'clock this morning was there a tornado warning? What? Yes, there was a tornado warning at 2 o'clock this morning. I am filming this video on Sunday, the 16th. Okay, so early this morning, we had some bad weather. Most of us on our cell phone, an alert will go out when there's, you know, weather conditions. And I'm telling you, that thing went off. My husband woke me up. We ran and got our two daughters, and of course, Phoebe girl. And we went inside. In my daughter's room, there's a walk-in closet, but it's small. It's on the smaller side. And so, of course, if you don't have a basement, they tell you to go to the middle part of your house. So for us, that would be the closet in my daughter's room. And we were pulling out stuff, and we had blankets and pillows, and we got in there. It was burning up, y'all. And poor Phoebe girl, her eyes was like big as saucers. But fortunately, nothing happened. Just was some, it was some wind, some heavy winds. There was a thunderstorm, but I don't think that a tornado touched down at all in our area. So I'm very grateful for that. But I can only imagine how people feel when there is actually a tornado that touches down. I mean, I know that it has to be very frightening. But, you know, as we get closer to spring, we can kind of expect these type of weather conditions, unfortunately. But anyway, all right, so next up is the globulosa. Now, y'all, I'm a little confused. Okay, I'm a little confused because I don't know if this is the globulosa or the villosa because I have seen them both. Now, the one that I had before that I lost to root mealies, the leaves were not as long as these. They basically had the same pattern, but they were shorter and darker. Okay. So I don't know if there is a difference between the villosa and the globulosa. Please feel free to let me know down in the comments if you know what the difference is. But I love this Hoya. Like, it's giving texture, it's giving venation, it's even giving fuzziness on the back of the leaf. I mean, like, what more could you ask for in a Hoya? It has been an easy grower. I think I've had this one almost 2 months as well. The growth has been pretty consistent. It has a little growth point there. When I purchased this plant, I think it just had these 2 leaves. Okay. All right, so next up is, now this one, I just got this one like 5 days ago from Canopy Plants. And this is the Hoya pachiclata. Now, I've also seen the variegated version of this Hoya, and it's really nice. It's expensive though, so I'm okay with just the regular form. But I'm gonna keep this one hanging, and I like it. I think it's a nice looking Hoya. I like the shape of the leaves and how they feel. So yeah, Hoya pachiclata. Now this mix that this one came in, it's not really chunky at all. But it looks really good, so we'll see. Okay. Next is Hoya verticillata. It's the heart shape Hoya verticillata. I think it's called Splash too. And this is also a newer Hoya. Haven't had it that long. And it has a little leaf coming in right there. Can you see it? I don't know if y'all can see it. There it is. And then it also has another growth point right there. And I like this one because I keep it right underneath the grow light. The splashing is a little pinkish. I don't know if it's picking up, but yeah, it has a nice little pink, light pink to the splashing. This is also in, I need to get a better self-watering pot, but yeah, this is the setup that I have it in. And so I'm enjoying this one. I think it's a really cute Hoya. Okay. Next up is, where do I want to go? This is also a newer Hoya. This was in the haul that I just did from Canopy Plants. And this is the melliflua or melliflua. I don't know which pronunciation is correct, but this is a nice looking Hoya as well. It has two. Is that another leaf? Y'all, I can't see. It looks like it has two opening up there, and then this has this little one. But yeah, this is the melliflua or melliflua. Okay, next up is also part of the haul, and this is the black margin. I don't know how I feel, y'all, about how these leaves are just kind of stuck in the pot. I don't know how I feel about that, but hopefully the plant will be okay. But you can see, I don't know if you can see that margin around the leaf, and it does have like a little it has like texture on the leaves. I'm sure you can see that in that black margin. So I'm eager for this one to grow out as well and to start to trail and see how it does. Okay. Where do I want to go now? Okay, now we're getting to, oh, well, let me show you these small ones. Now, these little ones. Okay, first of all, I'm going to call this little group the sprinkle, let's see, the sprinkle container struggle bus Hoya cutting. Y'all, okay. First of all, if you remember, these little cuttings have been in and out of substrate, water, a substrate. I think this is the third time that I have had these in water. But let me tell you, I didn't have Super Thrive for a while. So I have been adding Super Thrive, okay? And I think I am seeing something, y'all. Okay, first of all, this little one, a really lovely subscriber, because I didn't know what this one was called. I was gifted this little cutting. I think the subscriber said that it is, that she believes it's a, she say Lima silver. But y'all, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's starting to try to do something. I don't know if y'all can see that. But it looks like it's trying to do something. Now, y'all, have had these cuttings probably about 4 or 5 months, and they have not done anything. But I think it's starting to do something. So maybe the Super Thrive is helping. Okay, so I have that one in here, and then I have the what is this? Sigillatus, the Sigillatus Borneo. You know, and it has roots. It does have roots. It's putting out those, some more roots right there up at the top. I don't know if you can see those. But it also looks like it's activating too. What did I see? I should have my glasses on. I can't really see, but it looks like it might be about to do something, y'all. So I will keep y'all updated on these 3 struggle bus cuttings. So that's the Borneo. And then this one is the Lei no ID. I don't know if this one is gonna make it, y'all. It's not looking too good, but it looks like it has a little growth point that's activating. So I'm gonna see what happens with this one. But I hope it makes it, because this one was not cheap, this little cutting. So we'll see. I really believe that maybe the Super Thrive might be helping. So let me know down in the comments, do y'all use Super Thrive for your cuttings that you have growing in water? And if you notice a difference in the growth. Okay, so next up is the Hoya that nobody knows how to pronounce correctly. I'm just kidding. Myself included. Hoya. And this is another one that I have wanted for the longest. This little thing is just now, you know, really starting to grow, but I think when I got it, it didn't even have any of this. It was just those little leaves down at the bottom. So it does seem like it's starting to do something. And it's about time, girl. It's about time, don't you think? But she's very cute. And I hope she continues to grow and do well for me. Okay. So I think those are all of my smaller Hoya. Now I'm going to get into the larger ones. Okay, so this one is a favorite of mine, and most of you have seen this one because I showcase it whenever I get the opportunity. This is the Snow Queen, Latifolia Snow Queen. And y'all, she is not disappointing me. I think the last time I showed you this one, this leaf was smaller. And I thought that this one, because these emerged at the same time, this one and this one. And so I thought that this one was going to be larger, but this one ended up growing out a little bit more. Now, y'all, it has something on the back of these leaves, and I don't know what that is, if y'all can see that. I did treat it, and I've been wiping down the leaves, and like I said, I always rinse the leaves off, but I don't know if that is like sun stressing maybe from the grow light or what that is. So if you know, let me know down in the comments if that's something that I need to be concerned about. If that could be flat mite damage or whatever. It's growing nicely though. It is growing. It actually has another, I saw another little, oh, let's see. Yeah, it has a growth point right there. And then another one up here, up at the top. Y'all see that up here? So it is growing nicely. So we'll see. I'll see what happens. But this is the self-watering pot that I have her in. So yeah, that is the Snow Queen. Y'all, this Hoya was not cheap, okay? I had my eye on this Snow Queen for the longest, and I finally got my hands on I wanted the really, really, really splashy one, but I just, no, my pockets just would not allow me to pay what it cost. So I'll just have to make do with this one. And I'm okay with that, because she is very nice. Look at that splashing. Okay. Next, I know y'all have seen this one before. This is one of my favorites, my Silver Dollar, who is just a girl. She is just... the last time I showed y'all, like, I was so surprised that she had all this going on. She had not given me a new leaf, and I kid you not, in about 4 months. She did nothing. And then a couple of weeks ago, I really looked at her, and then I saw all of this new growth. Like, she just all of a sudden activated. This is new. This is all new. This is new. So, okay, let me see. This is a new leaf. Isn't that gorgeous? And this is a new leaf. And then she has that one coming. And where else? I thought I saw another one. She looks like she's trying to, oh, wait a minute. Like she's trying to do something right there up at the top. With something going on. But yeah, just like in the last couple of weeks, she's given me like 3 new leaves. And so I'm just here for it. Like, I mean, I'm just so happy because I was really worried about this Hoya. I treated her for flat mites because I couldn't understand why she just stopped growing. So I don't know if that's actually what it was, but she's doing fine now. She's just taking off. I'm so happy because I really, really love this Hoya. And she also won the Silver Foliage Award. I don't know if you all remember that video, but I will link it. You lovely subscribers voted on which silver plant you like the most in my collection, and Miss Silver Dollar, she got the most votes. And you can see why. Okay. Now, let's see what else. Y'all got so many Hoya. Okay. So this is the, oh shoot, wait a minute. This is the Croniana Silver. That is just, I'm gonna have to end up cutting her because she is just outrageous. This is one of the first Hoya that I ever purchased. So this Hoya is, I want to say, probably close to 3 years. I want to say that I've had her. Ooh, did one of the, okay, one of the leaves just fell off. I'm gonna check that though, but yes, I think I've had her about close to 3 years. And she is thirsty, y'all. To me, it seems like the thinner leaf Hoyas tend to be more on the thirsty side, but she is just, y'all see her? And she, if you want to see a Hoya that flowers easily, to me, this one. I'm trying to see if I can find some of her peduncles. Here's 2 right here. But she hasn't given me any flowers yet this year. But to me, they smell very nice. They have a very light floral fragrance. If you have this Hoya and it has bloomed for you, let me know down in the comments if you like the smell. But this is the back of her. And I have her wrapped around this trellis. I cannot even tell you how many times. But this is the Croniana Silver. Put her to the side. Okay, this one is the Macrophylla. It seemed like I heard somebody say that it's not called that anymore, but since that's the only name I can remember, that's what she gonna be called today. This is the Macrophylla, or is it Latifolia? Anyway, y'all know what kind of Hoya this is. This is not a rare Hoya. I see this Hoya in a lot of collections, but I had to cut her back, and I cannot remember why I had to cut this Hoya back. But what happened was I cut her back. I think that I cut her roots off, or no, I know what happened. One piece of this I took out of the substrate and I put it in pond. And then I took like 2 more of the cuttings and I put them in water and rerooted the plant. And then I put all of the cuttings back down into the same pot. So this Hoya is in pond. I think I only have This one and one other Hoya in pond. And this is not Lechusa pond. This is pond that I ordered off of Amazon. So it didn't come with fertilizer. So I do have to make sure I fertilize this Hoya. But it's an easier Hoya. So if you are new to Hoya, I would definitely recommend this one. I think that this is a easy growing Hoya, and it's beautiful. Look at that cute little leaf. It's coming out there. Cute little cute baby leaf. And then here's another one. New little baby leaf. So yeah, she's giving. She is giving. And this one also to me is on the thirstier side. Okay, so she is in pod or semi-hydro. And then this is another one that I cut way back. Because if you remember in my first Hoya Collection tour, this thing was a beast. And it was just getting on my nerves. I'm just gonna be honest. It had tendrils like all over the place. And it's starting up again, actually. It's starting to go crazy again. But this is the Puba Calyx Splash. And this is another one that is good for a beginner Hoya person. This is a very easygoing Hoya, and it grows like crazy. And some of the leaves are really large. Look at that. They can get really big, and they're very splashy. So if you like splashy leaves and an easy, reasonably priced Hoya, this is the one for you. Okay, this is the one for you. The Puba Calyx. I know there's different kinds, but this is just the regular Puba Calyx or Puba Calyx. And this one is also in pond. This one is in Lechusa pond. But I rerooted this one as well. I took cuttings and I rerooted them in water. So, yeah. Okay, here is another one that I really like. I wish she was a little bit more splashy, but you know, she's still giving. Okay, this is Matilde. And this girl, let me tell you what this girl be doing. She will put out peduncles, okay, and then they will do nothing. They just kind of blast. She has given me so many peduncles and done nothing. Like, to me, that looks like a peduncle to me. I could be wrong. What y'all think? But yeah, she has given me so many peduncles, and they just never amount to anything. So we'll see. We're gonna see what she does this growing period. But this is another easygoing Hoya as well. Like I said, mine is not as splashy, but that's okay. And I also have her wrapped around this trellis about 1,000 times. So very nice Hoya. Okay. Next up is, this is also one of my favorites. This is the dinner plate Hoya. I think this is the latifolia too, if I'm not mistaken. And this Hoya, first of all, she is very thirsty. She's very thirsty. I'm not gonna say that I rush and fill up the reservoir, but look look y'all, look at those roots. They're totally intertwined with the wick. But I usually have to water her like every 10 days. I have to add water. She's a thicker leaf Hoya, and as you can see, they're huge. The leaves are huge. So she likes her water. And look at this leaf, like in comparison to my hand. Look how huge that leaf is. That is just so satisfying. This is one of my favorite Hoya. And this leaf has been on here for the longest. I don't know what happened when it was coming out, but I've had this Hoya about a year. And she is just continuously giving me new growth. Now you see, you know what? The sun stressing is kind of going away. But in one of my videos, I showed you how sun stressed she was. And so that's why I moved her, because the grow light she was under, it was like really, really sun stressing her leaves. But it looks like it's kind of fading. But I was going to say that's how I know that my grow lights are good, because they were like big time sun stressing this plant. Yes, she is large and in charge. I don't even have to tell y'all to look, because how could you not? How could you not? Okay. So I do have some hanging ones that I'll have to get up and show you. But this is one that I want to hang, and I have not done it yet. This is the princess. Yep. This is the Hoya princess. Crimson, is it Crimson Princess? I think it's Crimson, or is it Crimson, or is it the Crimson Queen? I don't know. This is the princess though, because the queen has the variegation on the outside of the leaves. But I've had this one. This was also among the first Hoya that I ever purchased. So if the Croniana, if it's true that I've had that one about 3 years, and I've also had this one about 3 years as well. But she's trailing, as you can see, and she's beautiful, very easygoing. This is another very easygoing Hoya. And thankfully, y'all, I have never had mealybugs on any of my Hoya thus far. But like I said, I rinse my Hoya off almost every time I water them. I rinse off their leaves. And I also treat them with systemic, because some of these, like this is an example. If a Hoya like this ever got mealybugs, I would be in trouble. I would be in big trouble, because it has so many leaves and it's so dense up at the top. It will be very difficult to get rid of them. So I'm all for preventatives. Any preventatives that you can get your hands on to prevent outbreaks. Just washing off the leaves, I just cannot emphasize that enough. I just did a short on my Chelsea that's hanging up over there, where I showed how I rinse off the leaves, but that helps a lot. That helps tremendously as well. So this is the Hoya princess. And look at this tendril. This one's pink. It has a pinkish tint to it, and there was a leaf on here that was really, really, oh, look how big that one is. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, this is a very easygoing Hoya. Maybe she'll flower for me this year. We'll see. Okay. Okay, y'all. So it's time for you know who. Okay, it's time for my boo. It's time for my babe. No, I'm just kidding. This is when I show you this Hoya, you already know how I feel about this Hoya. Y'all, this is Mr. Wilbur. Okay, this is Mr. Wilbur Graves. Now, me and Mr. Wilbur, you know, we go way back. You know, we got a special relationship, me and Mr. Wilbur. Now, Mr. Wilbur took a hit. Yes, he did. But it was my fault because I was trying to trellis or re-trellis him. And I accidentally broke like 4 of the stems. And I was just devastated. And I knew something was wrong because this Hoya does not lose leaves. At least mine does not lose leaves. And so it started losing leaves, and some of the leaves were going soft, and I was like, oh my goodness, what have I done? And I ended up having to, I took like 8 cuttings, y'all, and I re-rooted them in water. And then once they rooted, I put them all back into the same pot. So Mr. Wilbur is looking really good, y'all. I am very satisfied with the growth. He is definitely recovering from his trauma, and he is just looking good. Like, look at that. Mr. Wilbur just does not, he doesn't disappoint y'all. He just does not. Do y'all see those? Look at those splashy leaves, y'all. I mean, this is my favorite Hoya. It just is. I just love my Wilbur Graves. Now this one I have had for a long time. This was one of the first batch that I ever got. And when I saw Mr. Wilbur on Instagram, I said, oh, I have got to have that Hoya. Okay, and I got a 2-leaf cutting back in the days when a 2-leaf cutting of a Wilbur Graves was like almost $200. Yes. Now the price is a little more reasonable for the regular ones, like I think there's the Russian, there's the China, but now they're coming out with the silver, the all silver. Yeah, those are more expensive, but just the regular Russian or China Wilbur Graves, the prices have definitely come down. So when I got this little cutting, I just babied the cutting. I was just staring at that cutting every day, just willing it to live and to survive. Okay, and he has not disappointed, y'all. I love my Wilbur. I just love my Wilbur. And I think this is the Russian form. Okay, so I'm about to get up and show you I think I have 2 hanging that I haven't showed you. All right, just a minute. Okay, y'all, so this is my Crimson Queen, and she's hanging up here. And I just did not feel like taking her down because it's just hard I have to get the step ladder, and I'm lazy and didn't feel like doing all of that. But here she is. I've also had her for quite a while, about 3 years as well. And she has this stem that's just has like all cream colored leaves. And they last a while before they fall off. I don't know if the silica helps with that, but those creamy leaves are just really pretty. So this is the queen, because see, she has the variegation on the outside of the leaf. That one. Also another easy to grow Hoya. Okay, so oh, you know what, y'all? I have another one that I forgot about. See? So I think I might have 29 because I don't think I counted this one. This is another queen. I forgot all of, how could I have forgotten about this one? Oh my goodness. Also had this one for a couple of years. This is another queen. You know what? The one that I just showed you, I think it's a mixture of both. A mixed pot of the queen as well as the princess. But this one is, I think, all queen. And this one is very full. You see if I can tilt it a little bit. Look at that. Those beautiful leaves. But yeah, she's another trailer that I eventually want to hang up. So yeah, that is another queen that I have. And then back here in the corner, I just moved this one recently back here. This is the obovata. Y'all look. Look at this Hoya. Do y'all see how huge that leaf is? Look at those paddle-shaped leaves. This is another one that I treated for flat mites a while ago because it has stopped growing. And you can see where I cut it. I cut it there, and then I cut it there at the top because the tendrils just browned and they got real dry. So I don't know what that was about, but yeah, I put this one back in the corner. This is one that has also produced peduncles but never done anything. Like, to me, that looks like a peduncle. So yeah, that's the obovata, and it is enjoying this light with my elbow, this grow light. So that's my obovata. And then, let's see. Let me slowly bring you over here. Oh, my patio is a mess. I gotta clean it up. This is the last one that I just did a short on. This is my Hoya Chelsea. I've also had this one for quite a while as well. At least 2 years, if not more. So I'm wondering if, because they're more mature Hoya, if they may flower for me this year. We shall see. And she is under this track light that has grow bulbs in it. Look at that leaf. That beautiful. Whew, y'all. Okay, I hope y'all made it to the end with me. That was a long one. So yeah, that is my Hoya collection. I do have some wish list Hoya. I would love to get my hands on the Argentina Princess, but I'm waiting for the prices to come down. They have came down, but I'm gonna need them to come down a little bit more, okay? And then also, the verticillata heart-shaped, where is it pink variegated? But the variegation can get really, really pink. I mean, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous plant. So I would love to have that one as well. And I also would love the all silver dinner plate Hoya. That one is, oh my goodness, it's so gorgeous, but it's so expensive. So anyway, thank you for hanging with me, y'all. Please let me know down in the comments if you are a Hoya head, a Hoya lover, which one of my Hoya was your favorite. If you liked my Hoya, which one is your favorite? Yeah, just anything you want to put in the comments, okay? All right, y'all. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for supporting my channel and watching my videos, and for just the kind and just very encouraging feedback that you all always leave for me. I just love it, and I just appreciate it so much, okay? So if you like my content, by all means, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Also check me out on Instagram for more planty content, okay? All right, y'all. Thank you so much. And as always, say it with me. Hooked on houseplants, y'all. Bye.